All right, everybody. Well, here we are. I feel sad. I feel sad. It's the last. I can't believe day one is just about over, but the ray of sunlight is that we have a wonderful speaker who's going to just kind of share her career in business and technology. And so I want to give her as much time as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Markesha Tatum, and I'll just kind of let her share what she does. And yeah, here's the microphone. We're going to pass it off to you. Welcome.
All right, thanks, Jonathan. I am so happy to be here. This is probably last year I came, or maybe it was a couple of years, I can't remember, but I came in my own personal capacity. But this time I wanted to share about where I work currently is at Street Code Academy. And with Street Code, I've been with Street Code for almost 4 years now. And what we do is, or what I do is create learning experiences and curriculum for our community. Um, so Street Code, we provide free tech classes to underserved communities. We are in on ramp entry level point is as young as 4 years old, but we go all the way. We say 4 to 99. There's a class for you, and so our goal is to bridge that economic gap that we see, being that we're here in the Silicon Valley and our home office is or we're based out of East Palo Alto. And I don't know if many of you know about like what it's like over here, but there's a lot of marginalized communities. So there's one way to say it is like sometimes we get forgotten. And so what Street Code is trying to do is not only revitalize the community just with the spirit, but economically as well. And that's how we decided, or our founders decided, that the way to do that was through technology. And it can be approached in many different ways. Like we offer game design classes, web design. We have this Intro to Hustle class, which is our entrepreneur class, which is pretty popular, as well as Intro to Code. And so I know the coding sounds like, okay, what's coding? It's just basically you're going to learn a computer language, how to speak to computers. So you become the programmer telling, like, okay, we're going to open up the Zoom. There's a code for that. You can't see it, but there is. It's just like a cheat code on the video game. So there's a way to communicate to the machines, and that's what we teach the basic classes on how to communicate um, in those ways. Like right now, everyone's into artificial intelligence, AI. So there's coding to that, right? So any type of emerging technology, street code gets um, we get to go and teach it to the community because sometimes not all of us have access to AR or VR headsets. We don't have access to laptops. We also have a program where we provide laptops free to the community. You can live in Massachusetts, take our class, and say, hey, I don't have a laptop. Can I join your wait list, or is there a way to get a laptop? And you don't even have to ask, you just put, do you have access to a laptop? And when you say yes or no, you say yes, you automatically get onto a list. Someone will contact you. And right now, that program is on hold because we have so many requests. But generally, it's easy as being shipped a machine to your family. No questions asked. We just want to make sure that people have the access to the technology that we're introducing. So that's just one of our programs. Um, let's see what else. Oh, especially for high schoolers. So currently we have this program. Let me share my screen. I was going to go through our website just to show everyone exactly. So this is our website. It's realeasystreetcode.org. Um, and then our list of programs. So we offer classes quarterly. Currently, we have classes. We're doing a pop-up series. So we're going to have a number of virtual pop-ups for the community and even You guys, I would love to see some of you join our pop-ups. If you go join our newsletter, you'll get information, get emails sent to you announcing all of our upcoming events. But as you can see right here, next level code, Python for the future innovators. These are the types of classes that Street Code offers that will hopefully, help us to gain more economic power just to survive. Our goal is to make sure that where families are living above the poverty level. Like right now, currently here in East Palo Alto, the median income for a family, or we'll just say a two-person household, is I think 98,000. With one of the jobs in tech, like if you became a coder, a game designer, or something, a web developer, that can double for you. So the one person in a household can average about 98,000. So that's just one person. Imagine if two people in your house have that income. And so it just gives you greater opportunities. We have 3D design and animation, super fun class. Um, just different things for everyone. And what I love is that we do a lot of, we approach it holistically, so to speak. So you'll get the attention that you need for that class. Game design, tech exposure is one of my favorites. So we'll just click on that so we can see exactly what it is. Tech exposure is our entry level class, but you can come in and learn anything you need to learn. So it's very specific to the student. If you came in, if you needed help with, let's say, your senior project or some project in school, you wanted to learn how to make Google Slides or Google Sheets. You want to run your business and you need to make a budget sheet. You can come to Tech Exposure and say, hey, I need help with this. I don't know how to create this formula. I don't even know how to make a spreadsheet. Can you help me? And you will get that help. We also offer the same class in Spanish. So we're very cognizant of different language barriers. And so we try not to have that become a barrier in attending our classes as well. And then, so our intro to code web design. So that gives you an example of just our classes that we offer. Then we have this program where I'm going to talk to you guys more about is our work innovation program. So let's say you don't want to go to college, but you might want a job in technology. So you would sign up for our work innovation program. And right now, a lot of our offerings are virtual. So anyone outside of East Palo Alto will have access to this program. Okay, so I'm just moving it about, making sure I cover everything. So we have one track, one career path is UX design. So that means user experience design. That could be your video game designer, a web designer. You can design apps. We do have an app design class that we offer occasionally. And then we're a developer. So anytime you're using something, like my example is always like your phone. What is, like somebody say, oh, this app doesn't work, or this is too difficult. That would be the user experience. So you would get to create an experience that's user friendly. And when something's user friendly, it makes you want to use it more. When you're having a not so great experience, you're like, I'm okay, I'm going to delete that app, or you just never go to it again. Digital marketing, something fun. It's like TikTok, that's digital marketing. When you use Instagram, digital marketing. And along with that is graphic design artists. So if there are any artists in the room, this would be a fun track to take. Let's see. And then we have software development. If you're more into the IT support, that means, you are, let's say you work for a company or just for yourself, you would have to know how to stay safe. So you'll study cybersecurity. You want to keep your business secured and safe. Web developing, keeping things safe in the cloud. We hear about all these data breaches and leaks. The IT support person, it should be your best friend, or you can become that person. So let's see what other programs. Are there any questions so far?
We currently don't have any questions, but I had a just kind of um a question about
Mhm.
your path. So how did you wind up here with Street Code Academy? And I know that,
That's a good question. Yes, I totally forgot about that. I get so excited about our programs.
this is great. I'm like, I would love, this is something as a kid, I would be like, oh my goodness,
I'm
this is awesome.
It
Love it.
really is a great. I wish I had had like these opportunities, even just coming out of high school. I initially, so part of my path is when I left high school, I always knew I was going to go to college. I didn't always know what I was going to do, or, college. Yeah, I think I said once to my dad, I don't want to go to college. And he did a double look like, no, you do want to do college. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to college. That's the plan. But no one helped me figure out, or there was never a path to career exploration. Like, what does college look like? What is it really? What happens after? And so for out of high school, I just didn't know. And I kind of didn't do anything for a couple of months. And then my mom said, just go to this local JC and take some classes that you need to transfer. Okay, so now it's making more sense. Where I'm like, okay, there's an end game here. Um, and then I started discovering what I wanted to do. But if I had had this, I would have been able to see different tracks available. And maybe it was accessible then, but I just don't feel like my counselors always gave the information. Like, it wasn't just easily available. Maybe you had to go ask. And if you don't know how to ask, I think that that's a barrier in itself. Like, you don't know what you're asking for. And because it's your first time being in, approaching adulthood, right? And so I took the classes. So I went to the JC, then I learned what didn't work. And I still didn't know what I wanted to do until probably 2 semesters or a semester before I actually finished. And I had to figure something out. So I looked at my transcripts and said, okay, what am I good at? And it turns out I was really good at English. And so I declared English as my major. So that worked up until it worked. And now I'm looking at, okay, what's next? And now I want to do create curriculum. And that's how I kind of ended up at Street Code. Was I was a preschool teacher teaching curriculum, or my joy was developing curriculum, is what I should say. I didn't teach it, but I found that that was where my joy was. I saw how the right curriculum for the right group had power. It could be functional, it could be fun, and it's still learning. So I found that that was my sweet spot. And then that's how I got to Street Code, was to teach our junior street coders. If you go on our website, there's a class and it says Junior Street Code. So it's a class geared from 4 to 8. And we teach block based coding in addition to a makerspace, so engineering design class for the younger audience. And that was just my cup of tea. I was happy. And then I said, okay, let's level up a little bit. Let's visit these middle schoolers. So um, I got promoted to a different role. And I said, okay, this is what I like. I want to do this for um, preschool till adults. So creating curriculum was my path. I was able to do this without a degree in technology. That was one of the things I said, I don't know how to code. I can't teach junior street code class. And they're like, oh, no problem. We'll teach you. This is, don't worry about that. I said, I'm strictly signing up for Makerspace. No, I'm going to be the Makerspace teacher, not the coding teacher. And then, so then I became the coding teacher, and it was fun. The block based coding. I don't do intro to code. Although I did get a lot of inspiration from one of our students. Um, I would say let's say she could have been on her second career. She was retired and she killed it in the coding class. So don't ever think it's too late or there's nothing for you to do after having one career. There's always something. So stick to it. She's very passionate about it. And I said, that's my inspiration. Um, but yeah, so I enjoy creating curriculum, and my path wasn't always straightforward, but that's what I like about what we're offering now, because it might not be straightforward. It doesn't require college. And like I said, I didn't start off just going to college. I had questions. And I think for individuals who have those questions or just don't want to go, you want to do a trade um, that's not using your hands, so to speak, but you want to do something that, like the paths I showed you, like the user experience, the UX designer. Those, you don't have to get that certificate. You don't have to go to college. You take courses, but you have to take courses for everything. So if anyone told you you're going to stop learning after high school, it's not true. Every single job you have will have a training program. You will study, I promise you. And if you're not studying, that means they're not teaching you how to do the job the right way. Um, so
We
yeah, so
do
you
have,
never stop.
we do have a question from one of our attendees. Blake, did you want to go ahead and next one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, one of our questions here is, is there a similar thing or program for older people, or even like recent high school graduates who maybe are looking for some kind of change in career or something down those lines?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would suggest anything that I've shared. We offer, it's open to all ages. Like there might be an age cap on there, but I'm the person who approves if you get in the class or not. So you email me and say, at this set 13 plus, but I have someone who's 11 and this is, their story. This is what they can do, the experience. Most of our classes are 13 and over. Like our intro to hustle is actually 16 and up. Intro to code is 13 and up. So most of the classes are geared towards adults, but we do have offerings for the under 13 age range as well. And then as far as career wise, I would look at our work innovation program. And then if you see something on there that that you're not into, or if you have a suggestion on something, just send me an email, and we'll see what we can work out. We never know. It could just be something we overlooked, a path. Um, so nothing's, we're somewhat fluid and flexible with certain things. So if we can make it happen, we'll make it happen.
Great. Markesha, real quick, those
Yes.
students who we have several students who they have the entrepreneurial spirit, if you will. They're like,
Yeah.
they, sitting in a classroom all day, it's just, but
Mhm.
they're creatives. What advice would you give for them or to them?
I would take an intro to business class. Yeah, I would. Yes, I've been in that group. I was a business major because I, wanted to run a business. But again, that was college and that was difficult. Business calculus is hard. Um, Not that it's not doable. It's just I didn't want to do it. That during that time, I should clarify. During that time, I did not want to do it. And so the intro to business class that we have, we call it Intro to Hustle. We offer it virtually as well. you will go over the business basics, and it's probably, we get so many creatives in that class. And what that class, when you're a creative, what you want to focus on is your branding and your voice. That's probably the most important part, especially when you don't like have a specific tangible object, so to speak. You want to make sure you're branding yourself correctly. And so that class, there's a lot of, I would say, not one-on-one attention, but you will get the attention that you need to help cultivate that voice, kind of polish up your brand and everything. We connect you to different, we have mentors that we've worked with for a long time that are in business, and they've had success stories, and then they have those stories where it didn't work out so well, but all of that helped to create those next steps for them as well. So um, I would say, yeah, start with have your clear mission, like your why. That was a big question in there. Why are you doing this? What's it for? And then, are you passionate about it? You can start a business. You don't have to like love the product. It could just be a good idea and you want to run it. But you still have to have your why. Like, why are you doing this? Um, and then comes, develop a plan. Um, we help create the business plan. And then we also have, so after you've taken that class, you have an opportunity to become part of, to apply for our accelerators program. And the best way to describe that, it's a program, it's about 9 month long program, but for those 9 months you are getting, and it's free. So you apply, you get accepted, and you have 9 months of personal coaching to help you develop your brand and business, to pitch your business or idea. And then you get funding. So there's, an end game is funding for your business. I believe there's like a first, second, or third place. And that program is also illustrated on our website as well. So there's like a lot of opportunities to, that Street Code provides. So our intro to hustle, and then you get to automatically, by taking that class, you can apply for the accelerators program. Now, the other great thing about that program is just the participation, the exposure you'll get as well. And then, like I said, the one-on-one coaching, and then there was something else with that program that I like. Oh, the creatives. You'll end up meeting so many other people that will inspire you. So I highly just stay inspired, um, and know your why for creatives, I would say.
I love that. And it's such a key who our students surround themselves with. So very, very valid points. And students, you heard it, know your why. So any other questions? Any other questions? These guys have been asking questions all day long. So I think it's probably not that. It's you did a wonderful job, Markesha. I had one last question, and that was if
Mhm.
Blake, do you have anything?
I think just like kind of a general, maybe just real quick general question. People just love to know just kind of what's your favorite part about what you do, whether it's your favorite program or just your favorite part about your job. You know,
Oh man, that's a tough
if
question.
you
That's
had to
probably the
choose one.
hardest question. Oh, I really love my job. I love working. We're a nonprofit. I love I love the team. I love that we get to serve community. It was probably the best part. And then when we're in classes, I would say seeing all the students across the age ranges of just reaching that aha moment, or that I can do it, the mindset that we help to instill, and just watching everyone move with like this different level of confidence. So I guess just seeing everyone succeed um, is one of my favorite parts. I'm trying like, oh, you guys got me on that one. My favorite part. Yeah. Yeah, I guess overall, if I were to put it all under umbrella, just being able to be a part of something bigger than myself
Mhm.
would be the best. Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
answer. We have another question in the chat. You said you were a teacher before. Has there been a teacher who's influenced you?
Oh man. So remember I said in high school I didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, then English was actually my favorite subject then and I didn't connect any dots until after, but my English teacher in high school, I would say in high school, yeah, my English teacher, her name was Miss Peters. I had her junior and senior year. She was one of my favorites. I had a great second grade teacher, a good kindergarten teacher that influenced a lot of, they just really, I think, helped mold me in a way, or I witnessed, I guess, their approach to learning. I appreciate it like throughout my lifetime, I think. Um, yeah, it was, I would say second grade, I had a really awesome teacher. I don't think dual immersion was a thing in the early 80s, but she intentionally made it a thing. So I was able to learn English and Spanish in our class. So I got to learn Spanish at a very young age, and a lot of people don't know that I was learning Spanish in school. It was just part of our normal day. And looking back on it, I thought that was very innovative and perceptive of her to see how that would benefit us in the future. And it came in handy a lot, especially with my parents. They were, I used to be their interpreter here and there. But yeah, those were probably my biggest influences as a teacher.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Jonathan, do you have any other questions?
I was just gonna ask her if for those students who they weren't able to join us today, but they'll be watching the recording later on. Is it okay if in the days and weeks to come, if they have questions, um, we won't send 15 students your way, I promise. What we'll do is we'll come up with a list of questions and either Blake or myself or someone from the team will reach out to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I would love it. And if we need to, I can bring in some other team members to join in on discussion. Some who actually do real coding. Um, no, you can ask other questions. No, yeah, I would love that. That would be great. And then I shared. We do have this program for seniors, especially um, students, I'm going to say little kids, you guys are not kids, students who are transitioning into just whatever comes next. I shared a survey with Jonathan so that if you guys would like, you can sign up and then we will definitely reach out to anyone who fills that out to get more information. Or if you would like to set up another time, we can come and speak separately, just specifically answer those questions too for students. We're open to do another conference or anything.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know about you, Jonathan. It sounds like a great opportunity for maybe one of our podcast episodes. Get you guys in there and have maybe a little interview for our school podcast. So we'll keep that in
Yeah,
mind.
I'll bring reinforcements for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. All right. And
Yeah, I hope that
we
will help.
Oh, extremely. We really appreciate if there's no more questions, Jonathan, I think we've pretty much covered everything. I just want to say a big thank you, Markesha, for coming in and giving us all of this this abundance of wonderful information. these resources, opportunities,
Sure.
and for giving us your time out of your busy schedule to be here for today.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you so much, and for all of our students watching, whether it's now or later on the recordings on our YouTube channel, make sure to send us our questions either on email or on those YouTube sites, so that we can send them over to Markesha and her team of reinforcements. Um, and uh, and yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us in our first day. This concludes our first day of our career fair, our fourth annual one. We've got one more day jam packed with a bunch of other amazing presenters. So we hope to see everybody there. Yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. And Markesha, thank you again so much for being here.
You bet. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Good luck.